All right, so Daniel Jones wants more than New York has offered him, possibly as much as 45 million per year. Well, I don't think that this is a ridiculous thing by any means. I mean, the Giants should stick with Danny in my opinion. He has not been actually that bad according to his stat line. If you want to go with Eli Manning and Daniel Jones, we can compare this right now. So here's Eli Manning's stats his first 4 years in the league with the Giants. This right here was Eli Manning's stat line when he came into the NFL. His first season, 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Obviously, yes, more touchdowns, but a lot more interceptions for him. And his overall completion percentage rate over the games is not as good as Danny. All right, and here's Daniel Jones' stat line ever since he's been in the NFL. 60 touchdowns and 34 interceptions with a 64% completion percentage rate. I mean, that's really not bad considering most quarterbacks have a hard time adapting into the NFL system due to the higher pace type of play. And by any means, I am not saying that Daniel Jones is better than Eli Manning. I am just comparing the first 4 years between them both. And I'm just showing that Daniel Jones does have a higher edge on his stat line. It just makes sense to stick with him. And it is hard to put a ton of blame on Daniel Jones because he had a hard time with the receiving core this past year. I mean, you had Kadarius Toney, who just straight up wanted out of the Giants and played very well for the Chiefs. He didn't want to be there anymore. And then Golladay, who's just been a bust for the Giants ever since he signed with them and has had no production or value towards the team whatsoever. And then your last remaining hope that you had on the team was against the Lions when you had Wan'Dale Robinson, and then he got hurt, and then overall it was going to be tougher going forward because you didn't really have that number one go-to guy anymore. So I am not saying that Daniel Jones is the most deserving quarterback in the world, over 45 mil a year, but Eli Manning, his rookie deal was a 54 million 6-year deal, and Daniel Jones is a 4-year deal with 25 mil. It makes sense to pay the man, and you do not want to restart at the quarterback position because it can either way benefit you or really hurt you. That's just my opinion. What do you think?